The story opens at a Romanian school, where a teacher named Torina often lectures her students about love and divine law. She explains that God's teachings discourage harming those we love, not as an absolute rule, but as a matter of conscious choice. Torina wants to live by this principle, constantly striving to become a better person. After class one day, she talks to her husband Sergiu, a devoted pastor. Torina mentions wanting to reconnect with her childhood friends, but Sergiu disapproves of them. To avoid conflict, she gives up on the idea. Even then, it's clear Sergiu's devotion to the church outweighs his attention to his wife, leaving their marriage confined by faith and duty rather than affection. During a lesson, Torina notices a student named Lulu who challenges her perspective. Lulu argues that the Bible is simply a book of stories, it's not divine truth, and that religion often serves to control rather than liberate. Her words spark something inside Torina, making her question her own beliefs. Curious, Torina learns more about Lulu. She discovers that Lulu is from Germany, has never read religious texts, and lives with a grandmother who pretends to beg for money. In truth, Lulu spends her days in a cold, loveless home. Later, Torina shares her concerns with Sergiu, voicing her doubts about whether true faith and true freedom can coexist. She begins to wonder if believing in one God might actually limit a person's ability to think freely. Sergiu, disturbed by her questioning, warns her to stop. His reaction makes Torina realize how restricted their lives have become, not only hers, but also her husband's and son's. As these thoughts consume her, Torina starts to see meaning in Lulu's defiance. Encouraged by her friend Felix, she attends an exam Lulu is taking the next day. Throughout the test, Lulu keeps glancing at her, and though it unsettles Torina, she tries to shake it off and carry on with her routine. Yet the unease grows, especially whenever she's in church. In the midst of this emotional confusion, Torina begins leaning on Felix for comfort, while others gossip about Sergiu's devotion to his ministry. Feeling increasingly isolated, she struggles to find happiness anywhere. One night, she spots Lulu smoking alone. Acting on impulse, Torina approaches him and starts a quiet conversation. They move to a secluded corner, and Torina gently asks about Lulu's life. Lulu opens up. His father is a stranger to him, and his relationship with his mother is strained, so he stays with his grandmother. Then, without warning, Lulu leans in and kisses Torina. Shocked, Torina pulls away and tells him never to do it again, though she rejects the act. She can't stop thinking about it. The memory lingers day and night. A few days later, Lulu visits Torina at home, this time with his son Florin. The encounter only deepens Torina's turmoil. Lulu starts visiting more frequently. During one visit, he sneaks up behind Torina, trying to kiss her again. Torina recoils, confused, while Lulu leaves, hurt and angry. Later, Sergiu asks Torina to join him at church and then drop Lulu off afterward. On the drive, Torina firmly tells Lulu to stop coming to her house. But Lulu misinterprets the warning as a sign of secret affection. That same night, overwhelmed by loneliness and resentment toward her husband, Torina gives in to her emotions and begins an affair with Lulu, believing. For the first time, she's taking control of her own life. Sometime later, Torina visits her friend Zoe, hoping for peace and clarity. The next morning, Zoe advises her to say she stayed there overnight if anyone asks. But Torina soon realizes Zoe saw her with Lulu and Florin and won't lie to protect her. Terrified of exposure, Torina decides to end things with Lulu. When she tells Lulu, it's over. He tries to reassure her, saying he'll look after Florin that day. But things spiral out of control. Without Torina's consent, Lulu takes her son away. Panicked, Torina searches all day before finding Lulu drunk at home. Lulu says Florin went out to buy groceries, but when he returns, Torina is horrified. Lulu has given him alcohol. Furious, she tells Lulu to stay away from her family forever. Lulu insists it was out of love, but Torina rejects him completely. Determined to protect her son, Torina takes Florin home. Yet Lulu won't stop. He begins stalking Torina, sending inappropriate messages, threats, and photos that make her life unbearable. In a moment of anger and fear, Torina smashes Lulu's phone in front of a classroom. Desperate, she turns to Felix for help, though she can't bring herself to reveal the full truth. She only says that Lulu is trying to harm her. Meanwhile, Florin confronts his mother about her erratic behavior and late nights. Torina lies, saying she had to rush to help Zoe, who was sick. But in reality, she's preparing to face Lulu one last time and the chaos that awaits at his house. At Lulu's house, he continues to act innocent, though his obsessive behavior toward Torina becomes more apparent. He starts manipulating Torina, trying to make her do things she doesn't want to. Eventually, Torina manages to flee the house, desperate to protect herself. But the situation is far from over. Lulu's presence still lingers like a dark shadow over her life. One night, Lulu breaks into Torina's home, leaving the family terrified and unable to sleep. The next morning at school, Torina senses that everyone is staring at her. Felix escorts her to the principal's office to seek justice. After hearing their side of the story, the principal suspends Lulu for trying to harm Torina during class, but the suspension only fuels Lulu's rage. He retaliates by posting photos of Torina's clothing on Facebook stolen from her home the night before. The post spreads quickly, and Torina becomes the center of humiliating gossip. She tries to explain that Lulu had broken into her house and that his so-called grandmother was a fraud. But no one seems to believe her. As the situation worsens, the principal steps in again, publicly announcing that Torina has no connection to Lulu or any of the other students involved. With Felix's help, she manages to contain the chaos. But the damage to her reputation and peace of mind lingers. Just when things begin to quiet down, Torina receives disturbing voice messages from Lulu, recordings of their past conversations, twisted into threats. Soon after, the police contact Torina, asking her to meet Lulu, who has allegedly attempted suicide. Dreo joins her for the meeting, but Lulu refuses to speak unless he's present. During the confrontation, the truth finally comes out. Lulu confesses that he had a romantic relationship with Dreo and that he betrayed Torina. The revelation devastates her. Moments later, Dreo collapses from a severe diabetic episode. Panicking, Torina injects him with insulin only, to realize later that Lulu had tampered with it, poisoning the supply during one of his secret visits days earlier. In the end, Lulu ends his own life by leaping from a hill only, after ensuring that Torina's world has completely fallen apart. Dreo survives the poisoning, but their son Florin is gone forever, leaving the family shattered. Torina and Dreo's marriage never recovers from the trauma. Their lives forever marked by the chaos Lulu left behind. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.